Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with some more Touch Detective Rising 3 Does Fungi Dream of Bananas. And in the last episode we completed case 2, and now I'm doing the bonus episode to see if there are any bonus cases in between the main cases, because that's a staple in the series. We've been over this. Now, I'm doing this profoundly blindly, so there might be something, there might be nothing. I've actually been replaying the original, 2 DS games in the meantime to sort of catch me up on what to expect from the bonus cases, and okay.
Mackenzie, what do you think of mitochondria?
That was abrupt. Are they the powerhouse of the cell? But yes, I'd sort of reminded myself that there's not that much in the way of content in between cases, so I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but that's okay, I have backup plans.
Aren't they great? Mitochondria!
Should I just agree with her?
Today, my conversation efficiency is about 30%.
Yeah, that's nice, I don't get it, but she's happy. That doesn't seem to count towards anything progress-wise, but anyway, the main benefit of doing these in-between rounds, as they're called, is kind of the world is as open up to you as befits your progress in the game. So you can't go to places that aren't open to you in the main story. But this does give you an opportunity to go around and sort of fondle things in a neutral state, which is a fantastic sentence, I recognise. In other words, it's good for catching yourself up on the touch list or touch diary, as the case may be. Oh, Mackenzie, I finally remembered. What? Mecha Funghi. It's a bit late for that. It's a good thing I kept track of these things in my journal. According to my journal, Mecha Funghi is actually owned by Detective Whittaker. Called it! But did I call it correctly? Huh? He mentioned it back when he was nursing Goldie. If you don't get better, Mecha Funghi will be my assistant. I'd like to ask him about it. Is it a robot he invented? Oh, I'll ask Whittaker about it. Okay, we're just gonna jump straight there and confront him. Aye, if it isn't Mackenzie, how can I help you? Mecha Funghi. Mecha Funghi? What about it? I haven't been unlawfully dumping. Good sentence. Dumping? Unlawful dumping? The toilet?
The toilet.
No, that's... Mackenzie, your interrogation technique is terrifying. You just confessed. Very well, I can't hide it. I'll tell you everything. He got all serious, and I'm kind of disappointed because I was really hoping it would be a dangling plot thread that's resolved as part of some grand Twilight Zone-esque resolution in Case 5, and now you're going to spoil everything for me and it'll be sad. Okay, first of all, the important part. It's an alarm clock robot I made, imitating those popular fungurines. When the time comes, it starts to move and turns on its flashlight. Why a flashlight, or indeed torch, or perhaps even spotlight? This is as confusing as Poland's Eurovision entry in 2017 as regards what they're actually referring to in the title. Goldie is sensitive to sounds, and so she hates alarms. That's why I went with a flashlight instead. Okay, that makes sense. It reminds me of how, I could be getting the details wrong here. For profoundly deaf people, smoke alarms use the smell of wasabi because that's the most effective way of alerting someone who cannot hear if they're asleep, apparently. So this is halfway between an alarm and wasabi, and frankly I can relate. Pretty good idea, right? What's more, it has a high-performance battery and motor. Even if I leave my toys scattered around, Mecha Funghi can push them aside and walk through them. Your toys? No, I mean, that was purely hypothetical. Of course, hypothetical. Tell me about your dumps, sir. It was something I thought of for Goldie's sake. Good job pooping. Remember back when Goldie got sick, right? Yeah. At that time, I said, If you don't get healthy, I'll make Mecha Funghi my assistant. That was my idea to give Goldie some motivation. Naturally, I never seriously considered making Mecha Funghi my assistant for real. But Goldie might have still been a bit uneasy about it, right? That's why I went to throw away Mecha Funghi. However, the collection time for metal trash had already passed. I had to throw it away in this town. I feel like this is probably something that hits closer in Japan because of their customs regarding trash removal. I'm not sure how it compares to America, and then how that compares to the only canon country on the planet, which is where I live. Obviously, I'm being facetious. That's awful. Oh, but I did find it and bring it home afterwards. Really? I knew I'd be penalized if I abandoned trash in another town. A great detective can't allow himself to be punished for unlawful garbage dumping, can he? But man, was it hard to find. I went through a lot of trouble. Yeah. So did I, buckaroo. Go and find a bed. Honestly, this town's garbage management is inadequate. It was a lot of trouble to find. Whitaker was the culprit behind Mecha Funghi. Investigation report updated.
Quee!
Yes, Goldie, I'm disappointed too. But hey, you know, it's closure, I guess. And hey, we can go back here now, which I don't think it would let us previously. John the Weedy Man! I just finished replaying Case 1-2 on my own time.
Look up, a cloudless blue sky, but the stars haven't disappeared. Close your eyes and listen. Can you hear the whisper of the stars?
I don't know what accent this is even supposed to be. It's like 10% Russian, 10% Scottish, 80%... or perhaps even... something like that, anyway. Not at all. So you're just here, I guess. The ants are still doing their thing. And having played the DS games side by side, like now that I'm Let's Playing this, I'd sort of taken for granted just how much better the graphics are in this, like, specifically this game, it being, you know, the 3DS. It's the hardware is harder, the software is softer, and everything's generally quite juicy. So, of course it's going to look better, but in my mind, the first two games look as good as this. Spoilers, they don't! But then again, Japan has the Switch re-release coming out at some point, apparently, so that's... Why can't we have that?
Miss Detective, will I ever be tall like you? What should I do to grow taller?
Bananas. Banang! I'd like to know myself. Well, the strictest answer is eat bananas and go swimming a lot. It's good for extending your bones. Why are we fondling the gnome? Exqueemst?
For a detective, attentiveness and good judgment are essential skills. As thanks for saving us, we will help you train those skills.
Mini-game?
Very well, let's begin the training immediately. Let's burn the clothespin anemone.
I don't need details. Okay, so you have to have a tutorial. That's dubious, but fine. Okay. Review details. So yes, it is just a return to the minigame of poking gnomes. Ooh, a score of 10 or higher. That's probably how we achieve this little mini side questy house.
Let's see. How about the time it takes for your pet to run a short lap?
Okay, I got it. That's pretty vague. Fungi, go for a slow stroll. Okay then, big in Taiping now. A lap of a tire? Really? Okay, well, how bad can it be? Let's obtain some gnomes. Oh, Friday is also here. Presumably. I love just missing it by a hair and then feeling bad about it. Specifically the feeling bad part, but oh, it does actually let you get them in kind of rapid succinctment. It's a little bit... Oh, 16. You know what? I'll take that. There were several instances where I'm having like a fat thumb moment of like, I'm just going to hit just to the side, and then... I don't enjoy minigames like that. Because I have low self-esteem and I judge my worth entirely on how well I can perform in a video game that relies heavily on fast reaction times, and I don't like that sort of thing. I have memories of Year 8 French where there was various breakfast items on the screen, and we were like head to head. We had to slap the screen on the breakfast item that was said in French, and I was very nervous. So I mean, no harm was done, but I was worried I was going to accidentally punch a hole in the digital screen because I was just that urgent to be like, ah, de la confiture! That's fucking jam! So, you know, I never really recovered from that, and that's over 15 years ago at this point, I think. Don't make me do quick maths. Don't call me by that name. With a score like this, you deserve a fun coin as a reward. It was a good score, but don't let it go to your head. I'll help you train any time. When you want to train some more, please feel free, so we can grind fun coins. I'm not okay with this. Can I go into the gnome house? You said Penelope could get in there. For a gnome, it's a mansion. Whoa. Touch list, or touch diary. And it doesn't seem like there's much of anything else going on here. So there's just no way in, huh? We'll never see the gnome village. They probably never even drew one. Well, anyway, I suppose that's everything here. Why are you? Why are you? Are you even real? By which I mean, are you secretly a robot? We just don't know. I feel like this should be a touch list item. Maybe it is in the second game. I don't remember anymore. Everything's everything. But I do know that his name is Lugol. Yeah, there we go.
My name is Lugol, a man with a 1 in 72 chance of speaking. On this occasion, allow me to tell a joke I wrote myself.
An original joke?
The manager of a funeral parlor was talking to a worker. This was a new worker with a background in customer service. You're always polite to everyone, so why did we get customers complaining about your behavior? The employee sheepishly answered, I said I hope to see them again.
Oh, Mackenzie, you sweet summer child, I found it mildly amusing. Will it be a big hit on the world stage, as was the slogan of the glass coffin manufacturers? Remains to be seen. Well, that was apparently worth including in the... But yes, I was reminded that his name is Lugol because, as I said, literally before recording this, I just finished replaying Case 2 of the first game, in which he features prominently alongside John the Waiting Man. We businessmen keep moving forward, unafraid of failure. Yeah, he says good things sometimes. That's right, we sell failed cars with bad brakes and gear systems. But we move forward. But we move forward. I knew it would be like that. I don't... We still can't ding the ping-ping. You there, Mr. Antiqueman. Oopsie, too bad, I'm not selling anything right now. To put it in economic terms, I'm all sold out. Please, come back another time. Were you supposed to have sold something? I wonder if this will go to space again at some point. Which... That's not even that deep a cut. Oh? Okay. So... I go to come over here, look at a bench, bend down in the distance from the bench, and find money. Yeah, that sounds like my average day. Yo, shawty.
Hey, kid, how you doing?
Yeah, so-so. Same.
Dang. Well, I'm go-go over here.
This is just the episode where I just proceed to do several terrible voices. Why is there money everywhere? Why can't it be like that in real life? You also exist.
Make sure to get regular checkups.
Yeah. That's right, get your health checked every single day. That is a bit excessive. It's like how if you take a shower every single day, it's bad for your skin or something. Too much health is ironically unhealthy. Chloe.
When you get a request for a major case, make sure you call me. I won't let you get a head start.
Sure. You show up even if I don't call. Now, what is roughly good advice is to maybe reload an area once you're done, because when you're when you're doing these side case things, it loads up a special version of each map that has the actors in place for whatever side mini thing you might happen to be doing. So, once you've done all active quests that are there on the screen, it does behoove you to come back and check that more won't have spawned by having reloaded the map.
Might you help me with something?
Sure.
Are there any valuable items in your house that you no longer use? Items that you don't need but might have value to others? If so, I would buy them from you.
Okay, I'll go and look, I suppose. Is this man just politely robbing me in slow motion? Also, getting back used to being able to go into the office during the bonus round. Valuable unused items. Because in the first game, as you may or may not recall, going back to the office in the bonus episode is the way of quitting the bonus episode. So, take care of that. It looks so wrong without the phone that should be on the desk that's only there in the first game, and that's how you accepted cases in the first game. Nostalgia. My reserved seat. Cromwell, or G, as you're known in Japanese. Do you have anything I can steal? Hey, do we need that vase in the reception area?
A vase? Did we have such a thing in the office?
If you don't remember it, is it okay to sell it? Let's just assume that it is. Anything else? Can we sell the remains of the Demon King Lacrimosa's puffed stuppins? Pictured here, puffed stuppins. I'm just finding all of the money. Reminds me of when I was but a child, visiting some cousins? I think they're cousins. And just being astonished at just all of the random coinage that was just lingering around their respective bedrooms. Like, damn, you know, if it was socially acceptable, I would take all of these for myself because you're clearly not using them, but obviously I wouldn't do that because that's petty theft. But it still astonished me that like, you couldn't move 2 steps without, like, seeing a random bit of spare change underfoot or on a shelf. And, like, how can you live like that? Although, that being said, when I moved into my current house, there was... I've forgotten what it is already. I've put it somewhere safe, just in case the... We did! I put it somewhere safe in case the landlady wants it back, but there's a Hungarian forint that I have that was in that exact situation, just sort of amongst the house. So I'm keeping it by for safekeeping. Do we need this?
Oh, this is the vase you spoke of. It lacks elegance, as it has already served its purpose in the main story in Case 1. I was just thinking that it was about time we threw it out. What do you intend to do with it?
And so...
It is valuable, so please sell it for as high a price as possible.
If you were going to throw it out, the price shouldn't matter.
Let's see, try asking for 5,000.
Too high. Unclear whether that's dollars or yen, but if that's too high, I'm gonna guess you mean dollars. Why not pounds? Well, 2,500 if you can. That's still pretty high.
Anyway, I suppose 1,000 should be satisfactory.
You said you were gonna throw it away. You are too greedy.
I can't allow you to sell it for any less than 500.
Okay, I got it. What a pain. You're steadily talking yourself down the hill of... Monunnery. Tips hat. Monunnery. Excuse me? Mayor Tom, why are you here?
What do you want? I'm busy.
This is not going to be a sustainable voice.
Oh, just because I'm busy, that doesn't mean I won't talk with you. But I'd rather have others talk to me while I'm busy if it means they'll leave me be when I have free time.
That's weirdly reasonable, actually. Okay, well, you still exist, apparently. Anyway, here's a vase. Maybe you can store your front hair in it.
Yes, this looks suitable. Would you prefer to sell it for money or do a trade?
Would you buy it for around 5,000?
5,000? That's a little, or should I say, considerably high.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd say it's worth 200 at most.
1,000?
Certainly, the vase seems to be of good quality. However, Vases are not especially popular here. It's likely to go unsold for a long time. Understanding that risk isn't 400 a good price.
600?
600? Very well, I will buy it for 600.
Yes. Cromwell.
Bravo!
Don't know what that voice was.
Dear me, what splendid negotiating. Well done, you have impressed me today.
Yes, indeed. I feel like the hay here is like a running together of may have.
You may have not reached my desired price, but you performed well. You may not have.
You were going to throw it out, how greedy.
Now then, it is time for us adults to speak. I would like to try selling a valuable item of my own.
Is it the popped kernel of Demon King Lacrimosa's victim?
That clerk made out like a thief.
It was nothing like when I tried. What a skilled salesman.
He's making out with Cromwell.
Naturally, I didn't use my full power when negotiating with Mackenzie.
Oh, how can this be? Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo.
So that happened, I suppose. I suppose we're making progress. Ooh, an unfinished slice. A sample of cheese. It'd be nicer if it were cheesecake, though. I'm not one for cheesecake, personally.
Welcome, would you like to try a slice of my new mustard cake?
Custard cake? Sounds good and kind of normal.
Oh, no, not a custard cake, a mustard cake. I'm experimenting with similar sounding foods.
That is very much like you and also horrifying. Don't experiment. What do you think, Dover? Can I feel your skin? So smooth. Because memes, but also best boy.
Blimey, my belly hurts. I must have eaten too many samples.
Dipped into northern there. I have been infected by the corn man. It might be the food itself. Well, this seems to have been oddly productive. What, like, is this part of the ongoing, as of the time of recording, writers and actors strike in the US? Fortune slips? Like the things you get inside fortune cookies? If you draw a slip, I can use it to tell your fortune. I could just read the slip myself. Are you still...
That is to say, I make the most of my time even when I'm busy. So go ahead, speak your mind.
I would, but clearly there is nothing that merits being said. Can I touch your ball? Mayhaps your orb? No? Okay.
What, you want a fortune?
Are there any requests?
There's no need to divine that. Just check the investigation report. You're done once it's completed.
That's oddly good advice, but I mean... Sure. Maybe we'll have... Okay, so... These are things that have happened. The Cornstalker was clumsy, as you may recall. The deadly Chloe kick. Mecha Funghi took massive damage. They didn't have Banang, but I still want to go back. It's the basic skill, sure, but it won't lead to sales. Wasn't that the reconstruction of a banana? I wasn't counting on, like, story beats being a part of like, the investigation report, but okay. I suppose if it makes us feel more progressy. We found the gnomes. This is just recapping what we've been through. One-of-a-kind barricade, even though there were 3 of them. And when I was editing, just the whole moment of why is sandwich bored? Because sandwich is not entertained. That tickled me more than it should. Well, we found the origin. We saw the meeting between us. Oh, Mackenzie, you will one day. We sold a disused article. We have trained ourselves. So there is a lot. And I don't know how much of it is available to us right now. But I've been going for about 20 minutes, so... Unless Daisy has something to do...
What do you think of this miniature hat, miss? I think it would suit you very well.
Daisy's in full girl boss mode. I'll come back later. Okay, well then, we've done a fairly clean sort of sweep of the environs, so I suppose in the next episode we'll just get back to work? So I guess Iovina will continue to be tessellating hexagons, and in the next one we'll start case 3, and when that's done we'll do case 4, and maybe depending on how it feels, we'll do more rounds after that. I don't know, we shall see. See you in the future when the future will happen.